just take it. Yeah, because I'll take it with foreign policy.
They're gonna.
He thinks he'll get it on foreign policy! On foreign fucking policy of all things. Did you see the Jubilee fact check debate I sent you?
I didn't watch it, honestly, to be real.
But I remember, I've said this multiple times. I was like, the problem with those debates is there's no, like, there should be, like, real-time fact-checking.
It's always
what you said is fucking wrong.
It's always
factually.
afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, it's always, like, on the screen, but not in the room. So they finally did one, like, in the room. Beautiful.
And they're just like, you got the facts wrong, dude.
Love to see it. Buddy, I might pull up one clip from that. And then we'll move on to finance.
Yeah.
All right.
Or we do need to get to his speech from last night.
Oh, yes. We'll do that real quick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm going to pull up. I'm going to skip to one. Fact check debate. Jubilee. Fucking not the best, but okay.
Fact checker quits after getting caught lying. What is that?
Oh, that was. I mean,
what do I feel when I wear an
the
Under
problem
Outfit
with
wireless?
the fact check ultimately is who's.
Damn, bro, I need to get on your data. You got the best ads. You got the best.
You know what's crazy is I get like shitty game ads. Like,
oh yeah.
All right.
That's interesting.
Because there was one where they had someone walk out.
Just go to the most replayed.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Because this was a specific one I wanted to see, but we'll fucking.
Then, yeah, illegal immigrants that do have a child in their womb, yeah, that they would get citizenship. That's irrelevant to the question of
whose politics better protect constitutional rights.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
whether the unborn are persons. Does that make sense?
Sure, but the question
Yeah.
is about constitutional rights.
Right,
And there's
and so
not
that's what I'm saying.
in the Constitution, it does not like lay out that life begins at conception. Like there's no theological
course
claim
not.
in the Constitution.
No,
about
no,
that. So we're talking about
course
constitutional
not.
rights, and I'm talking about birthright citizenship, which is a constitutional right, not when life begins.
Well, but when life begins is actually crucial to determine when persons get rights.
Let's hear this out, yeah.
Yeah. So the unborn are human beings. They are human persons from the moment of conception. There's no difference between adult me and embryo me that would justify killing me in the womb.
Well, justify is a moral claim. It's not one that we can prove or disprove. This is you're effectively making you're making a theological argument. It's not really.
I never mentioned theology once.
Yeah,
I mean, the science of embryology is very clear.
Yeah, let's talk about the Constitution specifically, right? Let's talk about, for example, let's talk about ICE. Let's talk about what's happening with ICE, right? So when we're talking about people who are having their due process rights stripped, in some places sent to a foreign prison in El Salvador with President Bukele, who is a dictator, overseeing CICA, which is very specifically a prison where they claim that you will not leave alive. That is the claim of El Salvador's government. But they said Kilmar Abrego Garcia there in violation of his due process rights.
Pause for a moment. What is the claim that you want fact checked?
That Bukele, the president of El Salvador, is an explicit dictator.
This is where they got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did he say dictator?
Oh, but here's when the person.
Why did he say dictator? What a fucking idiot. Why
I will say this. I mean, this is gonna.
Is Kelly a dictator in your opinion?
Well, the fact check is the fact check.
Yeah.
But he calls himself a dictator.
Oh, did he?
He's literally called himself.
I'm El Dictator.
The cool dictator. Like he called himself that. He has.
But is it just a meme?
But they literally go like, yeah, he was democratically elected. Yeah.
Which is fair, right?
I guess it's technically true. But like when he says himself he's a dictator.
But Trump could call himself a dictator. Doesn't make him a dictator.
I mean,
there's a fact of what he is or isn't. Whatever just because he identifies as a dictator.
I'm trying to find the one. This buddy.
I'm sorry.
This guy. There's one with this fucking guy that like it's so
they got
funny.
his ass.
He like goes, that's not true. He goes like black people from like more like from money are commit more crimes than poor white kids or something like. He says something like that. Where's the one with him? I'm gonna find it real quick. The sudden death was also funny, but where is? Okay, here's. I think this is it. Let me find it.
Which party's more big? Yeah, that one's. Come on.
Skyscanner searches billions of.
These fucking ads, YouTube. We hate YouTube.
I missed that. I want ad blocker used to work, bro.
There's just 50 billion ads every. You know, DuckDuckGo apparently their browser blocks ads. gotta
the
get
browser
DuckDuckGo, dude.
itself.
You gotta get DuckDuckGo, man.
Here. This is the one. This is the one. This is the
Okay.
one. This is the
Commit
funny one.
as do your. So you push your button. Which claim would you like fact checked?
That black kids from wealthy neighborhoods commit as much or if not more violent crime than kids from sub 30K households
That are white.
that are white. Yeah.
All right. Fact
That's what button
checkers,
says.
Such a
do.
good fact check. He
I mean,
snapped.
that was-
He snapped.
But watch
Your
this
thing.
reaction.
I don't even think there's data on that.
We're gonna lose because what's gonna happen, the number
this bro
is
is
that the highest decile of blacks commit slightly less crime than the lowest decile of whites.
So Matt, you claim that black kids from wealthy families commit as much or more crime than poor white families. The verdict is in, and that is false.
That's not false, but okay.
There is no data. Wait
Says
for
the
it.
wealthy black
He's the only one.
There's no.
The fact that it's a wealthy black kid saying it makes it so much better, bro.
Dude.
That makes it cinema.
He's the only one that reacts this way to like the fact.
Alright, yeah,
him
that's
being
not
wrong.
true, but
Yeah,
whatever.
but what?
Data to directly support this claim. It is overly broad and is not backed by data.
Overly broad and not backed by
we
data.
don't have
I can,
we don't
6-2. Oh shit.
They-
Oh shit.
I bet you it could take me 10
Convictions,
seconds to
false
find the source. It's just too inflammatory for them to fact check. It's
Reddit.com.
okay.
Okay, we can check after the show.
Yeah,
Should've
it's
said
just-
arrest
they're not going to admit that.
And even then, it might still be wrong.
Find it. You want to bet $100 after the show? You won't find
Sure,
it.
I'll bet $100.
Okay,
Oh,
bet.
there you
I'll find the
go.
source. Yeah, just-
Face off.
$100.
Wait, he said you have $100 though?
This is like this is such like a microcosm of the fucking problem.
Yes, it is. Yes,
It's like
it is.
the motherfuckers will get looked in the face, and it's just like, oh, you're just factually wrong about something.
There's no evidence to support it.
There's, and it's just like, nope, it can't, like, because like on like a almost psychological level, if he were to admit that that's wrong, it would break so much of his like
Hold
identity.
on though. Hold on.
Yeah.
Though. How come this time you're pro whatever the evidence shows?
No. All I'm saying, what? No, I'm not. I
This
wasn't
time you don't care about them knowing. I'm just kidding. But
I
a little
was-
bit, a little bit.
I was
like,
anti the other thing, because first of all, the other thing is like, all I'm saying is, Bukele like when they did the fact check on the other one, I was like, yeah,
He's
I mean,
not a dictator.
He's technically not a dictator.
Yeah.
But he calls himself a dictator.
So that one you're like, that's kind of bullshit.
I mean,
But it's not. It's either true or it's not.
No, that's why you get tricked.
Okay, let me rephrase
That's why
that.
you love to
let me
get
rephrase
tricked.
that. There's either hard proof of something or there isn't.
Nah, there's proving and then there's knowing, brother.
All right.
but I mean, it's just the fact that like a lot of the fact checks that went the conservatives' way were like the fucking like.
Thinnest of margins.
Yeah, it's like I guess
I
technically.
mean, that's valid. That's valid.
If you,
But that's probably how they feel about these ones.
yeah, but like
even though they're wrong.
they're-
Even though they're wrong.
yeah,
yes,
they both
they're
sides
wrong.
feel that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, but hold on.
That's why politics is so hard, brother.
Yeah,
That's why it's so. That's why we have to go to
That's
the
why
middle.
That's why you love
That's why we have
Haley
to go
Stevens.
to the middle, bro.
No, the middle is let's just disappoint everybody. Like it doesn't. It's like it's actually the worst reaction you could have. to go in the
Honestly,
middle.
if you hold on, if everyone is disappointed in what you think, you probably think some pretty good shit. That's my honest take.
Where's the other one?
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu.
If everyone hates
That's
you
it.
equally, you're doing a good job.
Nope.
Bro.
You
Yep.
might just suck. You might just actually suck the worst.
If you're a good media, another Better Call Saul line from the judge in the best episode of the show. He's like, "I'm a very fair mediator, which means both of you probably won't like me by then."
Well, that's mediating.
Yeah.
But there's shit that's like, nah, you go one way or the other. But hold on, let me watch this. Watch
There's one more good one.
To
Check it out.
determine.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
watch
sure.
the last
Versus
one, but I want to
oral
go back to the
agreement.
Bukele
Let's-
one real
in
quick,
some-
'cause
Well, there's
wow,
government.
You want
did
fact
skip
check.
Explicit dictator. Yep.
It said dictator.
But
I didn't say explicit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to fact check that.
I don't, it's fine, let's not have bias.
So there's.
Okay, you can't.
Yeah, fair.
Why are they walking?
What happened?
What happened?
Sorry, what happened?
You can't have editorializing from fact check.
You guys have to remain neutral.
Yeah,
So
your job is not to give your response.
What's true?
That he's a dictator?
So one of the
Damn,
fact
Yeah, that's
checkers
what she's saying.
Walked off.
walked off set because
So
they
the-
were about to say that it wasn't true.
Yeah.
And she was like, it is true. It's a tough one. All right, but this is the funny thing. So like, this is the sudden death, right? Real quick, we'll watch this last one.
Yeah.
Or a Republican. So
yeah, they're ahead, so they get to pick from these three. The libs get to pick one of these.
Oh, let me tell you which one they should pick.
Okay, yeah.
Who's immigrant? Okay. Who's president? Okay. Oh, this is easy too. They should
U.S.
go with
president
him.
of
If
the
they know what's
21st
good
century.
for him, they'll go with him.
So do you want to do Biden and Trump?
So
or
that's
do you
what I
want
was
to do Obama?
thinking. No, Biden and Trump. It's specifically which presidential record is better, Joe Biden or Donald Trump's.
I think they're probably going to go with that. I think they're probably going to go with that. If that's the case, let me just take it. Yeah.
Look at it.
Listen to this. I think they're probably going to go with that. If that's the case, let me just take it. Yeah. Because I'll take it with foreign policy.
They're gonna.
He thinks he'll get it on foreign policy. On foreign fucking policy of all things. The one thing
Trump has such
that you might get like by on is immigration.
Yeah.
That's maybe the one thing.
Or economics, maybe. Not even, but in their world.
If I was the conservative, the only thing I could write on is immigration.
Yeah.
Because people love being like, they stopped coming, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, but wait.
Pick Matt.
They also get to like bet how many of their points they want to wager.
Oh, I like that.
On the last one.
I'm even sucking at this format. Whose presidential record is better?
And choose.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Conservative.
Fucking losers.
Holy shit.
Please get that on camera.
Come back.
Will the final debaters from each team please be a good showdown? You will get 1 uninterrupted minute to make your opening argument. After both openings, I'll place the checkmate button between you, and the open debate begins. From that moment on.
The other thing about the whole thing is like every question, every person only gets to hit the button once.
Okay.
So you can't just constantly be like, that's wrong, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But
The first person to hit the button stops the debate and triggers the final fact check. Once that button is pressed, sudden death is over. If your challenge is correct, you win the round and earn your wager. If your challenge is wrong, the team with the fewer points will speak first. Okay, I'll collect your wagers now.
Fucking Zin, bro. Come on.
Fucking Jubilee.
They're fucking seeing our fucking screen right now, bro.
They're
seeing the fucking Zin.
Now we got Reba on Realtor.com.
Matt, and your time starts now.
All right, so I think that we're going to have to specify this conversation a little bit more when we're talking about Donald Trump and Joe Biden. So we're going to probably have like an area of specificity. We're really discussing policy and who did better. So I'm going to start off with talking about foreign policy. So in reference to Trump, he obviously took out Maduro, brought him to America, made the government there obsequious with Desi Rodriguez that is essentially now more open to investment, more open to freeing up Venezuela, et cetera, et cetera. In reference to the
Barely. And the fact that he's like, oh, he has the better record because he went into another country and took their president is insane.
It is crazy.
It's insane. And the Venezuelans will come for me because Maduro did suck.
What matters more? What matters more?
Yeah.
Taking him out or ending the Afghanistan war? Like, come on, bro. Come the fuck on, bro. Biden literally ended the. When have you ever heard of a president ending a war that went on?
It's always all talk.
Yeah.
Right.
But that wasn't talk.
And the Venezuelans will come for me because they fucking love that shit when he got taken. But it's like, look, that was. First of all, at the end of the day, it actually didn't make anything better for Venezuelans. Like, everything's still
not
fucked.
really, yeah.
And now there was that fucking earthquake.
By the way, cheers. We got a White Monster and an energy drink.
Nice.
Short-term conflict that existed, for example, basically like a blitz conflict that existed between Pakistan and India, where things could have really escalated. Pakistan nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Furthermore, when it comes to something very important.
India bullshit, bro. There's no way.
This is what I'm saying. It's like you can say a thing that's a fact and be wrong.
Yeah.
Important is rare.
It's like this doesn't matter.
In reference to Rwanda and the DRC, obviously Trump was able to get a short-term ceasefire between them and also get some concessions when it comes to rare earth minerals. When it comes to the conflict between Cambodia and Thailand, Trump was also able to get them to stop fighting with the threat of sanctions and also received, I believe, a Nobel Peace Prize from specifically Cambodia, but I may be wrong on whether or not it's Cambodia or Thailand. We saw the Abraham Accords happen.
All right. Okay. Time is up. Now, Evan.
And he ended on he was about to start glazing the Abraham Accords.
Crazy.
Which were fucking bad.
It's time for your one uninterrupted minute. Your time starts now.
Great. So I'm glad that you brought up foreign policy because you're leaving out a pretty critical foreign policy decision by the Trump administration, and that was to engage in a war of choice and a war of aggression on Iran that got 13 U.S. servicemen killed. So Donald Trump, through a decision, not a decision that he had to make, but a deliberate decision, a decision that he was actually talked into by people like Bibi Netanyahu, the head of Mossad, on earlier.
Get the point. You have 1 minute, bro. You have 1 minute.
I think it was in February in the White House conference room. Made that choice, got 13 U.S. servicemen killed over 1,600 Iranian civilians, and then also has created now inflation with the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, which is something that you would expect to happen when starting a war with Iran. Now inflation outpaces wage growth, and the inflation is global. So the global catastrophic consequences, according to organizations such as the World Food Program, is going to create millions of more people to be in sort of insecure.
All right, gotta pause it here.
You didn't get enough out. You didn't get enough out, bro.
All right, now I'm gonna put the checkmate button in between you guys. Remember, this button can only be pressed once, so make sure you're right. No pressure.
No pressure.
There is flaws in this
setup.
Yeah.
You should just be able to do it infinite
It's a little more gamified of just wait for them to say an untrue thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
All right, sudden death begins. We're gonna start with Matt, and your time starts now.
Thanks. So you mentioned like a war choice. I think the majority of conflicts in America, obviously, a war choice. I think that when we engage in foreign policy or in foreign conflicts, it's always of choice. The question really is about whether or not it's something necessary, something for the good of presidents, or for the good of country, good of morality. Hold on, I just want to say something else.
This is also what's cringe is like now they're just not gonna lie. Like now that it's in this situation, they're just
these comments.
They're gonna try so hard that
they check themselves a lot fucking more for sure.
Yeah.
I want the anti-vax people to get on this. I want the
so
fucking
down.
anti-vax
Get
debate.
RFK on this bitch.
God damn. I would love it.
Tried to imply that he got 13 U.S. members killed. That's like me saying that, for example, FDR got hundreds of thousands of Americans killed, right? Or Truman got hundreds of thousands of Americans killed. I don't think that presidents go into war to get Americans killed. I think that presidents go into war to try to complete a geopolitical objective that they believe is moral and just.
Okay, so I want to circle back. Do you agree though that war should be a last resort?
I believe that yes. I think generally speaking, war should we should try to do it.
And what is the objective of this war?
Well, the objective of this war obviously has been to be the depletion of the Iranian government's missile stockpile, their naval stockpile.
Do you believe that they've gotten rid of most of their missile stockpile?
No, that was my claim. My claim was that there was a depletion. And for example, I wanted to go on to answer
how much of a depletion?
I want to go on to answer some of your.
Well, I'm asking you.
You said also on in furtherance of that, we've also bombed Natanz, Fordo, and Isfahan nuclear facilities in Iran, and that has also depleted obviously their nuclear capacities to a certain extent. That's on top of destroying their destroyer in the Indian Ocean, so on and so forth.
You said at the beginning of this that you agreed with me that war should be a last resort to achieve objectives. One of the objectives you laid out was degrading Iran's nuclear enrichment capabilities, and
nope, wrong.
Okay, so
I said their nuclear capacity. There's different things that
nuclear capacity, and
right.
But you
by destroying the facilities.
Right, but you would agree though that their nuclear capabilities were degraded prior to the JCPOA relative to when Donald Trump pulled out of the JCPOA. They enriched to 60% enrichment, which is closer to weapons-grade uranium after Donald Trump pulled out of the JCPOA, and that would be a form of multilateral negotiations. In other words, diplomacy worked in limiting their nuclear enrichment more so than just pulling out of the JCPOA and engaging in hard sanctions.
So
you would agree though that's in fact
right. So
the case,
so my argument that I gave was that it was multifaceted. We didn't go into this war to complete one objective. For example, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, very much specified that the reason why we're going in now actually is because their missile stockpile is the largest in the Middle East, and that if we were to go in later on to enforce something, that would be a lot tougher. Hold on. I let you go on for a second. I let you go on for a second. Please let me finish. Right. And so
actually power move. Actually, I like that.
As he's what?
I actually like that.
What that?
Because he did let him talk for a second. I actually respect that.
Dude, he's the one yapping, going, "I'll let you go on." What the fuck?
That is one of, so the issue that a lot of like anti-JCPOA people bring up is like one thing, which is nuclear weapons. I get that that's the biggest fear factor, that's the biggest thing mentioned by Iran, but Iran is a multifaceted, sophisticated threat. Not just nuclear weapons, the funding of proxy groups in obviously Yemen,
Actually, I agree with
in Gaza, the Houthis, for example, Hezbollah. All of these different groups create different effects and different wars that cost different countries expenditure. Heightened by Iran's support for
missile capabilities and zero concessions on their funding of proxies.
You don't need concessions if you can just bomb shit.
So
you can just
no longer war is a last resort. We just ought to bomb them, right?
Right. So
killing 1,600 Iranian civilians, starting this war that has led to inflation now outpacing wage growth, inflation that acute food insecurity.
Right.
Yeah, those are all things we just ought to bomb.
I have actually depletion of the missile stockpile.
How much of the missile?
I'm not going to put a number on it.
Yeah, exactly. So if one missile was depleted, is that considered a depletion?
So can I respond?
If one missile was depleted,
can I respond?
How many? Give me an estimate. Give me a percentage estimate.
If I give you a percentage, will you estimate it? Estimates over 50%.
Okay.
Fact check it.
Evan, so I see that you pushed the button in sudden death. This is serious. All right, what claim would you like to fact check?
U.S. classified intel reports, as reported by the New York Times.
No, just say what you're saying.
Suggest that 70% of Iran's
missiles.
My claim was that Iran's missile stockpile has been depleted
by 50%.
Hold on. By more, I specifically said more than 50%.
Good. Okay.
Boom. That's it.
Okay. Mine is that they maintain 70% of their missile stockpile, as reported by the New York Times, according to a classified report.
Okay, we'll see.
And that's according to a classified report.
Too bold of a claim.
It's your job to fight for your home team.
Classified things.
I mean, would you want them? I'd rather them be correct, personally.
The New York Times might have said that, and it might be wrong.
Well, if it's a classified FBI report, that's from the government.
So you have to look at classified.
Iran's missile stockpile has decreased more than 50% since the start of the war. Our fact checkers have checked, and they've come to a verdict. And that is a false claim. Reports state Iran's missile stockpile has decreased by at best 50% since the start of the war. Other estimates put it much lower.
50%. I mean, that's like a. Are we going to end it on that?
The debate
honestly, to me, that does feel a little like, to end it on that one is a little like,
I mean, he literally went
more than
50%.
It was just him being a dumbass.
And the fact check was generous of like, the best account is 50%.
If he had said about 50%, that would be a lot. It's a flip. It's a flip of a coin at that point.
That'd be close.
But
he decided to go.
He fucked up.
And he reiterated.
He fucked up.
He went to clarify my claim
more
than 50%.
Why did he do that? Why did he do that?
Because it's
He's
what's
confidently
the
wrong.
Dunning-Kruger effect?
Yeah, he thinks he knows everything.
have been checked.
If he had just
and
said
the final
about
score
50,
is in.
they could have pulled it out.
Look at this stuff. It's so stupid.
Before sudden death, the score was 8-6, with liberals in the lead. The liberals wagered all 8 of their points on the sudden death prompt.
They knew.
And the conservatives wagered 3 points. Since the liberals won, the final score is now 16-3. So congratulations.
You should skip around, watch more of those.
I will say that does feel like a hollow ending. He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
It's hollow, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's the ending that is going to happen every time when you argue these.
It's like the ending of Marty Supreme.
It's
It's a hollow victory.
It's what these. No, it's a little different. But it's what's going to happen with the conservatives every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Honestly, fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump's speech. It was apparently super fucking boring.
I thought that he was gonna say that senators were illegitimate and stuff. He didn't do none of that.
Just that 2020 was stolen by China.
Yeah.
And I'm awesome.